know what D23 stands for, right? It refers to the 23andMe DNA test that everyone has taken without their knowledge when they walk through the door. So you're gonna find out what percentage of, I don't want to assume. You're gonna find out. I thought there was gonna be a sequel the minute I saw the end of the first Inside Out. I was like, and there's the sequel. Puberty, teen brain, it writes itself. And then our wonderful leader, Pete Docter, went on to do all these other big hits, and he was very busy. And once a week I would call him and just say, when are we getting back into the studio again, Pete? And now Pete now runs the joint. And we have Kelsey, who's really amazing. And so yeah, I think we should do Riley through her whole life. Because every stage of your life, these feelings come in that you do not believe are now in charge of your brain. I think a lot of films take teenage girls' big feelings and either over dramatize them or miss the mark in getting them right. And also, you know, there's a natural resource in young women, that there's an energy that is so important to pay attention to give voice to, and also to learn from, no matter what age you are. I mean, these feelings don't go away. You know, we all kind of like to look backwards and laugh at the versions of ourselves, but often those versions of ourselves were a lot more unguarded. We had a lot less armor. We were in many ways in touch with the world and what the world needed a lot more than we are now. I mean, nobody knows what they're doing. We just pretend as we get older that we do. And teenagers know that we don't know what we're doing. They know they're onto us, and it's why we make fun of them. So I love that energy, and I'm excited about trying to get into some of that in this next film. She's a really physical character to play. You have to really stand up, and you cannot sit down and record her. So it took a minute to just remember how she moved through the world, and then once we locked in, we did a bunch of things to get back to her, because you know that time of making her was so special. It was kind of this really huge collaborative moment of trying to figure out a character when you're at the bottom of Movie Mountain trying to figure out who she is. So it was really nice to know, oh, this is what she would do, this is how she would talk. So we got there, yeah. And the director, you know, Kelsey's also super animated, no pun intended. Everybody is kind of all over the place. So it just like looks kind of crazy. If you were to film it, it would look kind of crazy in a good way. I come from sketch and improv, and so there's a feeling like the best idea wins, and you really want to keep working on stuff and trying to make it better over and over again. And they definitely have that feeling there. I mean, their projects take a really long time for a reason, not just because of the animation. They want to try every idea. I think good ideas and talented people are not defensive about ideas. Would this be better? Would this be better? Can we go back and take a look at this? And so I think I loved the process. I love the way they work. And I'm blown away by what animation does. You know, you hand over this present to people who then give it back to you better than you ever could have imagined. That's a wild, wild feeling. So I love it. I mean, I would work with those guys on anything. They take a long time. I was like, let's say that we're gonna do the film so that 5 years from now we can be at D23.